everyone thinks 100% disabled, 100% VA disability is the cap, and it's not. You can be a millionaire with 100% PNT. The only income limitations is with TDIU and IIU. Outside of that, you can be a millionaire. You can work, you can go to the gym. You're going to have some problems, right? When you're in the gym, you're going to be hurting. You're probably not, deadlifting 405 or squatting 365 or whatever. But you can definitely go to the gym. You can be functional at work, but you'll have some problems. That's 100% PNC. Jason, can you give us some insight into the SMC scale?
Right.
When you hear disabled veteran, what does that actually look like on the SMC scale when compared to, that millionaire veteran at 100% PNC?
Right. And I agree with you. I'm in the same camp with you with regard to the irritation with the fact that they call it 100%. And then on top of that, hitting the level of permanent and total even makes it sound cemented in even more that is the maximum, because what's more than 100%? Nothing, right? Except for your true rating, because the VA funny math brought it down to 100. But besides that, it leaves veterans, and look, I get it. 98% of you watching this already understand. So it's like, we get it. We already know as far as the VA funny math is concerned. But there's a portion of us that are at least aware of how VA compensation works that also understand SMC, special monthly compensation. But there's a whole lot that have no clue about any of it. And it's a 70-30 split, right? So 30% of veterans are accessing VA compensation at some level, which means 70% are not. So if you're one of the 70% that haven't, this is important information, because you may have enough information to be dangerous, right? VA disability compensation, 100% permanent and total. You hear these things, but you don't quite know the definitions behind them. And the VA does a really crappy job of explaining it. The VA 100% permanent and total, like Clay said, is really kind of the catch-all for everybody. It's a lot of common diseases, just things that you kind of deal with in life. Maybe it got exacerbated through our service. Maybe the 15,000 different injections that we received, maybe that sparked some early onset arthritis, or maybe it caused some sort of an autoimmune disease, or who knows, right? I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but anything that you have that showed up within you that manifested during your time in service or as a result of your time in service is really the catch-all in that 0 to 100%. What I look at with special monthly compensation is typically when things got worse, or if they are worse, like the worst situations, right? Starting from the I need aid in attendance to I need housebound stuff to I've lost my legs due to service-connected disability. Maybe you have diabetes and now you lost a leg, right? So maybe you were on the 100% rating schedule, the 0 through 100%, but now you've been amputated through, and I'm using this as the example because obviously the person rolling in the convoy that got blew up and lost their legs, obviously they're going to be taken care of from the VA, and it's going to be in special monthly compensation. But what about the person that never saw combat, was in for 10 years or whatever, got out, they have diabetes, they ended up getting diagnosed while they were in, they have diabetes as a service-connected condition. Now they have the amputations. Well, it's from their service connection diabetes. They can slide over to special monthly compensation. Now, anybody, here's my suggestion, whether it's for aid and attendance, housebound, or just sliding over to the letter schedule on SMC, instead of percentages, they have different letter characterization for each of the different rating schedules with a snapshot of criteria. Anybody who wants to file for this, and I know you're on the same page, highly suggest go through an accredited rep, not somebody who does, hey, every third Thursday, I run claims out of the bar at the VFW. Not that person. Go with, and that they're fine for your 0 through 100%. Cool, have Johnny help you. But for the stuff that's a little more tweaky, go with somebody that's running claims every single day, Monday through Friday, in office, whatever, to help you with it. It's very specific, and you want to make sure that you're crossing your T's, dotting your I's, all that good stuff. You want to be able to be prepared. If you're going for aid in attendance, you want the person who's providing that, typically it's going to be a spouse, to be able to understand that, hey, look, the VA is going to ask you some questions, right? And you need to be ready for all of that stuff. The SMC rates can dwarf, not always dwarf, right? Sometimes it's just a few $100s more than your 100%, but in a very severe circumstance, those payments can dwarf the 0 through 100% rating schedule. I'm talking well into the over $10,000 per month. And here's the kicker. If you are on SMC, or you're going to qualify for SMC, just like being 100%, 100%, permanent and total opens up different doorways, chances are you're going to qualify for housing allowance. You're going to qualify for automobile allowance. The adaptive housing grants is what I'm talking about. So keep that in mind if this is the route you're going down. Very, very important. Let me kick it back to you, Clay.
Oh yeah, I like how you brought up the accredited reps as well, especially your county and state level VSOs. In my opinion, that's going to be where the rubber meets the road type of people, and no one else understands, like your claim consulting companies. They're really looking at increases, right, in some secondaries. That's their
presumptives. They're looking for presumptives, baby.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make you mad. I just wanted to make you mad.
Yeah. I'm a Kool-Aid drinker, right? So I'll drink that all day. But your accredited reps are really going to understand the SMC scale, and that's no one else is doing that. It's them. Maybe your accredited attorneys if there's a queue, which is extremely rare, but it's really going to be your county, state level VSO. So I love how you brought that up. And on the SMC scale, you have your SMCK, which is, I'm just going to take a wild guess, by far probably the most commonly claimed, right? Which is your erectile dysfunction. And then on the female side of the house, it's your FSAD, your female sexual arousal disorder, which is like $132 on top of 100%. But one of my friends, and just to be straight with you, his life sucks. Okay, so when you say disabled veteran, this is what you think of, but he's on SMCT for a very severe TBI, and he gets just about 11 grand per month.
Yeah.
And that is, when you hear 100% disabled, permanent and total, that's what you think of, which it's not. If you were to do a chart, 100% P&T is way down here. SMCT is up at the top, and that's the your high value claims, all of that are great. But hypothetically speaking, that 0% for hearing loss can cause an anxiety, or it can cause you to have head trauma. I mean, there's so many things happening with hearing loss and hypertension that could push you into that SMC scale, and aiming for those high value claims are simply not going to get you there.